Hi, everyone. Welcome to the CIS Graduate Open Series. This is our session on the Economics and Business Master's degree at UCL CIS. My name is Katerina Papakyriakopoulou and I work in Admissions and Communications. I am joined today by Dr. Yating Li, who is a lecturer in Economics and Business, and she's also the admissions tutor for Economics and Business MA degree. We are also joined by Yukian Yang, who is one of our current Economics and Business students. So we will be going through a short presentation about the degree and a little bit about the school, and then there will be plenty of time to ask questions at the end. We are recording this session, so if you keep your cameras off for now, we'll stop recording after the presentation, and then you can feel free to put your mics and cameras on. If you don't feel comfortable doing so, you can put any questions you have in the chat. For now, I'll hand over to Yating for a presentation about who we are and what's on offer. Thank you.
Thanks, Katerina. Hello, everyone. My name is Yating Li. I've been working in CIS for 8 years. I do teaching and research in CIS. So I'm very happy to be the admission tutor to give you an orientation about CIS. So hopefully could increase your understanding about what kind of life you could possibly have in CIS and how that could help you succeed in your future. Right, so this session focuses on the MA program in our economics and business section. Right, so this slide is showing you who we are as CIS. So this picture shows you our building. It's a very nice red brick building located in the heart of Bloomsbury campus, not very far from the main library, just a couple of steps. So actually, we started as an independent research institution. We've been over 100 years old, founded on 1915 in Bloomsbury, in the original place. I think it was around, I was told around 2005, we get integrated in the UCL family. So now we sit underneath the Faculty of Humanity and Arts. We are the largest unit in the UK to research the Central and Eastern European area, also the emerging market. I could explain this area property a bit later in the next slide. So originally, we started from focus on the East European study, but the scope has been extended in the last few years. So in terms of the size, we are relatively small. So we have over 1,000 students and around 100 staff, compared to UCL as having 50,000 students. So we are kind of small. However, we are more like only got the family feeling because the very small number of the students. So that means higher teacher-student ratio. So your lecturer, professor can be much better. Rather than you find your classmates always say more than 300 people than something, right? So that was the size. So I would say small, but still very well made, right? So in terms of the area study, indeed, so we are the area study institution. So originally was focusing on the Eastern European area. I show you the map on the right-hand side, but now has been much extended into the emerging market, especially for our economics and business department. So the emerging market refers to these, on the left-hand side, refers to these bubble points, these countries around the world. So I would say the economics research you learned, you performed in the CIS would be very welcome to focus on in the emerging market rather than constrained to the Central and Eastern European area. But we're still very happy to see the kind of area attached research outcome. Right, so why we find emerging market is interesting because there are many patterns. So for the Central and Eastern Europe, there's been through this fundamental structural change. So there are many interesting questions we can look at. For the emerging market, that was very fast growing, so very dynamic. For example, South Asia, Eastern Asia, and recently would be Latin America. So these places we are also very interested. We got experts researching in these areas and willing to share and to talk to you if you come to study to CIS. Right. So to be more specific, our school got four departments: politics and sociology, the language and culture, and history department, and also our economics and business. So there are four departments sitting in this C school. So in terms of research power, I think we've done not too bad, pretty well. So all of the research staff, we target to publish the paper to international at least a 3-star. 4-star is also very often. So we want to make sure the knowledge we transmitted to you is very frontline and very deep thinking. And also in terms of the study experience, so we look at the NSS survey results every year in the very details. So we really responded to it because we really care about the student experience. And again, because we're relatively small, so actually it's quite easy for us to manage, to communicate, to reach these students. So we could be very quickly reacting to any problem we identified and trying to improve any good experience if you want to see that in the next level. So I would say generally the students' experience based on the past few years feedback, it was quite good. Much better than the general UCL level in many aspects. Right, so let's now talk about the study. So what kind of program we have in C's for the MA degree, we offer two programs. They are called Comparative Business Economics and Comparative Economic and Policy. They share commonality. So the design for the program is focused on economics with minor focus on the detailed area. For example, the CEP program focus a bit more on the policy side. I can show you the structure for each program so that you can see it in kind of more details and get more sense. So now generally just want to let you know what makes study economics in C's being different from studying elsewhere. So first of all, I would say you will receive the very classic and very general study in economics. So indeed, we are area study, but the theories, the economics theory, policy theory you learned from here will be very general. So we wouldn't really provide you kind of something very specific. But actually, because we have many cases in the CE area, in the emerging market, the examples you heard from your lecturer, from your professor during the class, probably only in the CE area, because we wanted to see, since that's a dynamic area, there are so many different examples we can look at. So we will be linking some applications in the CE region or emerging economy. The good thing, also the third good thing in studying in Cs is since we have 4 departments in Cs, we share the resources a lot. So that means you as a student, you can also benefit from learning other modules or classes in other departments under Cs. Selecting these classes within Cs in other departments, for example, if you want to do politics, learn some politics, learn some culture, or learn some European languages, it's very easy to get it. Much easier than you go for some classes in other schools under UCL. I would say it's much better guaranteed for you to achieve the resources within the C's family. Right, so speaking of the language, that's our uniqueness. We really expert in European language. You can study around 18 different European languages in C's. Some of them is only available for C's. For example, Slavia, Hungary, if you're interested, and the Russian, of course, if you like. And all of these European languages can accept the zero background. So you can perfectly start it as a beginner or intermediate level or high level. We got expert, linguistic expert to teach you these foreign languages, which can be a bit quite unique in your CV if you can speak some foreign languages as kind of very these I would say niche market languages. That's quite interesting. Right, so this is the study. So speaking of the details, I'm going to show you the module structure in both programs, MA CBE and MA CEP. So you can see some details about what kind of class you would go through during the one-year teaching program. So I would say overall, you would need to earn 180 credits to achieve this MA degree. So the MA dissertation takes about 60 credits, and that leaves about 120 credits coming from classes. So this can be equivalent to 7 to 8 classes that you have to get assessed through. So this page, I'm showing you these compulsory modules or classes basket. So there are actually 3. The fourth dissertation preparation is not being credited. So that was, if not taking account of this one. So 3 compulsory modules. So you can see that's closely linked to the module name, either international business, political economy, or the macroeconomic policy according to different program. And these 2 modules, quantitative methods and advanced quantitative methods, they are methodological modules which help you to improve your research skill, which could directly benefit your dissertation. Second basket, optional module. So for both program, you have slightly small range to select from. So we're trying to keep the theme as finance and economics. So you would select 2 modules from this basket. Next basket is a bit wider range you can select from. We call it elective modules. So you can go for our economics and business department under Cs. So I list out some very popular choices like inequality, very classic problem in economics, public choice, a bit political economy, international, this was being done, and comparative economics. Second option you can go for are those modules not from economics and business in Cs, but from our other departments. For example, political related classes like Russian foreign policy, post-communist societies, other new languages. So that's the second option. Third option are those any classes outside of Cs, but in the UCL. For example, people want to study energy. That becomes more and more popular since the economy talks about energy a lot, or entrepreneurship, or let's say accounting or financial management, or a bit deeper math study. So all of these can be available, but we would say subject to availability. It depends on whether the other department in Cs would take the student from here. They will, but it depends. Sometimes if they are fully subscribed, they could say no, right? Okay, so that was the study. Apart from study, you can do so many things, so many other things in Cs. Activities. Yeah, that's something I keep promoting too, because we're so lively. We got these student clubs. So I list out some very popular finance and economics related society or clubs. We call it society in UCL. So these are the popular choices. On the left-hand side, our Cs also have our dedicated club. So you can meet other people, you can make some friends and talk about any topics with people on the same page. So I would say like economics and finance, they also organize lots of activities to invite very established entrepreneur or economist coming to have an informal talk, which can be interesting and directly connected to your future. Right, so what about the life beyond Cs? What kind of job market impact we have? Showing you this graph, it's the data coming from a survey. The survey was organized by a third party called Education Statistics Agency. And I pull out the recent 5 years records. So you can see on the left-hand side, if you look at the CBE and CEP, these two programs, that's our MA program, and you can find, yes, not surprising, most of our people went to work after study, and about 10% just decide to continue to study either in the PhD program or either do another master. So that was the choice. There are a fraction of students claim they are unemployed or self-employed. So that was this amount. So I would say majority of them chose to work. In terms of working, this is the entry level, that was the salary average. So I list out female and male salary. So you see there's a gender gap. That's it, that indeed, unfortunately. And overall, this median for this student, the group of who reported their salary after graduate was around 28,000. So I would say this is relatively, it's on average as the UK market if you enter it as a fresh talent. Yeah, so so what kind of job they go for? I also list out these job titles they go for, or also the employers you can normally people join. So I would say most of these jobs are highly economics and finance related. Some of them could applying the quantitative skills. Some of them are not, more on the business side. If you go for auditing, it's no wonder you will become an accountant. That can be achieved by graduate scheme. We have very good alumni. They indeed they prove that this route can be really fruitful. All right, so in terms of employer, so you can see that for the UK employer, for finance and economics sector, I would say financial service sector, these big names, they normally, yeah, they would take our graduate. For some other areas around the world, for example, China, so these are also the big names in the finance sector. All right, so how we can help you to connect with the potential employers. Indeed, we have dedicated to a career advisor, career tutor in SEAS, trying to organize activities and make sure the employment resources offered by UCL can be better help us. So for example, on the left-hand side, it was a poster. It was a poster. I took the picture in a lift just earlier this year. So we invite these employer come over specifically to SEAS, to our SEAS building in the master room, and trying to create a chance for you to talk to them. So hopefully you can, you can get to know more about what kind of graduate they're looking for, what kind of skill they focus on, and trying to impress them if possible. So that would, open up the opportunity. And also, if we detect any good opportunities, in employment opportunities, we would like to let our C student know. So this is one of the emails everyone received around around April. It was from OECD. So you learned economics, you should know this is a very big economic organization and a giant NGO. So it focuses on the economics and development around the world. And that was, this is a message dedicated to us because they are looking for someone know this area. So that's exactly the area we cover. So that means if you gain some knowledge about these areas from the study of Cs, you got much higher chance to get employed by OECD than other people. Right, so that's the job opportunity. So I would say we got good awareness to the job. We understand the importance for the graduate to get a job, and we are working on it. Right, so this is the entry requirement, and the application now already been opened and probably will be closed around June 2026. The entry requirement are the following. We look for 2-1 for the UK undergraduate, and these are the standard for China. If you come from Chinese universities, we look for 85 for at least 85 overall scores if you come from a 211 university. Apart from the average score, we also look for specific classes you learned, because this is a postgraduate degree, so we would expect you're kind of like intermediate level in some understanding of economics related knowledge. For example, we expect you to learn macroeconomics, microeconomics, and some statistics, applied statistics, math, quantitative methods, or econometrics. So hopefully you have a proof in your transcript to show that you've learned these three classes. The GRE and GMAT, these kind of additional tests, I would say we're not fully relying on these test results. It's an optional choice. If you'd like to provide, we welcome you to provide us these test results. But we will not say this is compulsory. Just got a better chance to help us to assess your academic ability. All right, so on the left-hand side, these are the academic requirement. On the right-hand side, these are the English language test requirement. If your undergraduate is not achieved by an English teaching program, we would be looking for this. And this standard is consistent as a UCL-wide standard. So I think I wouldn't jump into the details. So I would welcome you to ask me question in the Q&A session if this is your specific interest. All right, so I guess that's me. If you find Q&A session later on cannot fully answer your question, we welcome you to contact us. You can either write to this address that will be managed by my colleague Lisa, who is the student recruitment manager, or if you have questions regarding the classes, more the academic side, you can email me. That's my name, yating.li@ucl.ac.uk. I'm very happy to discuss the details about your query. All right, thank you, Katerina.
Thank you very much, Yating, for the presentation. So before we proceed to the Q&A session, I'll invite Yukian to say a few words about her experience as a C student. So over to you, Yukian.
Sorry, just let me. Right. Yeah, hi everyone. I'm currently a student at SEAS and doing MA Comparative Business Economics program. And I just started for a few weeks and then doing this program. I think it's a quite like good program, but it's a bit challenging, I would admit. But I think I can learn a lot through this course. So I think it is a very good chance for people to like join this program and to learn something that you really want to. So